Good morning, guys. How in the heck are you? What a beautiful way to start the day. Sun is coming up. We had some heavy fog kind of come through the area. It's lifting now, leaving an absolutely gorgeous morning. We're overlanding in the White Mountains of New Hampshire and Maine. I guess they touch both here. Epically beautiful, just stunning lakes, vistas, viewpoints, and some really hard class 4 roads that officially section 7. We're riding the Northeast Backcountry Discovery Route. So we'll finish up section 7 today going southbound. Got a little housekeeping to do, get camp packed up here, groceries and coffee. However, I noticed that I'm a little low. Well, I shouldn't say a little low. I'm decently low on oil. So I got to stop at an auto parts store. Luckily, we're in the mountains, but I did find one only 7 miles away. Getting up to the border a couple days ago, a lot of highway miles. So hopefully that's why I'm a little low on oil. Going to cross my fingers on that. But we'll get it packed up, get to the auto parts, get some oil, test that out. Yesterday's video coming off of Viewpoint right in the Whites to Moose. If you haven't seen that one, check it out after this video. I'll link the video below. But we're overlanding the Northeast on the NEBDR. Let's get packed up. Let's get some coffee. All right, packed up, ready to go. Mission 1, as I mentioned at camp, we need some oil. Hard to have adventures on your motorcycle if you have no oil in it. Here's what I'm thinking on that home front. So we're doing the NEBDR, Northeast Backcountry Discovery Route, in this video series. 8 sections. Barry, my adventure buddy, which you saw in the beginning of these videos, had to make it home. He was busy, so we skipped sections 7 and 8. Went from 6 to the border, some highway riding. And I'm expecting that is what kind of take up that oil. It's the only other time I saw it, as I mentioned, is the really long interstate rides to get up here. So we'll get some oil in there, get going. We get back on this track, breakfast and coffee, because if you've been around this channel, coffee is how this channel runs. Caffeinated by coffee. The boring stuff out of the way so we can hit the trail, because if you haven't seen Maine and New Hampshire and the White Mountains, you're in for a delight in this video. And I'm gonna see for the 2nd day in a row, no guarantee, if we can find some moose. So let's get after it here, guys. Let's get this party started, and this is a state park. Grifton Notch State Park. Napa Auto for the win. On the shelf, they had 1550 and 2050 full synthetic, but not for motorcycles. So we went back and checked in the back of the store. The difference, this is a wet clutch. So it has that JSO M2, M1 rating for that wet clutch, just to make sure we protect that clutch. Get this filled up. It was pretty low. It was well below the minimum. So this and breakfast, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on this daily, which I should, I should do that every 2 to 3 days. I kind of put it on center stand, check everything out, but we'll inspect the bike as well. So here's the motorcycle version of that. So it's all SEA rated, 20 in this case, W50, full synthetic. But if I can get in there with a wet clutch, it's real important that it's a high enough viscosity and that can get down into the clutch system. I am not a mechanic, so you probably know more than me already, but needs to lubricate that clutch as well, which is very important. Super happy he had something in back. But I'm gonna check my chain while I have it up, kind of do a quick inspection. Breakfast, let's get crazy. Let's get into the White Mountains. Let's get this video started, and let's have some adventure. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be good and not eat a big old roll or eat a big old roll, because it looks delicious. True, and standing up through the mountains, so I'm going to burn those calories, hopefully. That's just literally outstanding. I planned to just skip breakfast. I couldn't find anything. Just started the church, got on some dirt, hit this tarmac, and it's gonna get picked right back up behind. And I saw this local bakery. I'm like, here it is. fantastic. I'm so happy. I figured I'd just ride until I was starving and then find lunch, but this is much better. Alright, we are caffeinated up, somewhat fat and happy, and officially on NEBDR Section 7, which will be finishing up today. We just hit the trail. Right now it's just beautiful tarmac beside this lake/swamp. If we were back in South Carolina, I would say that there'd be some gators in this stuff. But we don't have that problem up here. We got about 125 miles to complete here, and we should be down in Gorham, Maine, I'm gonna say. Gosh darn, man, this is beautiful. Somebody out there fishing, trolling. Wow. Let's find some dirt. Let's get crazy. A little bit of muck and fuss. I try to keep my muck and fuss to a minimum. You know, without Barry here, that's hilarious. I got a dude out in a kayak helping them set up the dike to build the bridge. Wow, dude. Does it say, let's see, Smith Pond, I want to say? Maine and New Hampshire really just seems like recreational heaven. Everybody's running on the road, jogging with their dog, pushing their kids in their buggy, wherever you're from, whatever you want to call it, stroller, running up and down a mountain, biking, kayaks, paddle boards, fishing. This is a very, at least in the areas that I'm in, a very outdoorsy area. I really like, these are my people. Okay, well, welcome up to the Whites. Oof, we were riding some tarmac and some gravel straight up here. And we are in the beautiful White Mountains. This is really thick here, kind of like a little bit of a green tunnel. Pretty different surfaces across the way. A lot of loose rock. Got some maintenance rock down and some embedded, but not too bad so far. We've seen, that's an awesome camp, man. That is super cool. They got a hot tent in there, a bunch of firewood. Still enjoying, had a little coffee burp earlier, not gonna lie, and it was fantastic. Dude, this is cool. Look at those views. This is a rough road to get up into, unless in just a little bit this pops out. We are definitely up here though, so I can't assume so. Oh, what comes up must go down. Wow. Super loose too. I know this doesn't translate in the action camera, but we are just chugging downhill. It's that crush and run that'll get you when it gets real thick, but and into a little bit of sand. Love all this large rock. So much of the White Mountains and the Adirondacks are just huge boulders throughout the forest floor. Looks so much different than what I'm used to riding on the backcountry trails and the BDRs and all this kind of stuff down in the south of Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina. Safely made it back down the mountain on some pretty fun roads. This is a little winter track that they use for, I believe, ADV and snowmobile, and then the BDR rides on here. Lower elevations, you can just see the kind of the trees. See the difference in the trees, the brush. Saw a little deer running that I couldn't pick up on camera because that's kind of how it works, unfortunately. But today's objection, I've already said, it's moose. Moose, moose, and moose. Gorgeous little lake there. There is a robust system of literally everything back here in the White Mountains. The forest is opening up just a little bit. You can see all the rocks. Larger trees down here at elevation. There's a few spots here you get kind of up to that alpine zone. Went through, I think, Waterford, Maine, the last little town, which is a gas stop here on the BDR, which was really one road. Gas stop, general store, and a church. And I'm finding a lot like moving to the south when we made the jump from Minnesota to Charleston. The churches in the south are just beautiful, much more historic than where I'm from. And same thing up here in the Northeast. Their churches and steeples are pretty darn gorgeous. Man, there are some beautiful looking offshoots. My eye's always caught by those crazy, rough looking roads, but not sure if they are private or public. So I'll keep pushing on, and I will bring you back shortly. Whoo-wee. That was a roller coaster. There was a sign there that said honk horn for safety. I get why. We are going way down, and it is loose. All right, that was about as steep as you can get. Pretty great surface on the bottom, but just really loose rock on top of that. Still running through the forest. A couple more ponds, not going to surprise anybody. Oh, the slightest bits of color change. That is cool. I know I'm a few weeks out is what most of the locals told me. 10, 15 days out of, you know, proper color change, but what can you do? That just means I got to come back and run this route again in the fall, right? Something to do next year. The plan is to pick it up at the Canadian border and go all the way to the Arctic. So we have to watch that weather window to make it up to the Arctic and back, but this will be gorgeous during fall colors for sure. We got all the things a moose needs. Privacy, thick forest. There's a creek to my right hand side, so I can drink from it. But I have not seen any moose scat. Not that that promises anything. I saw a ton of moose scat just a few days ago and no moose to match. All right, let's take a little breather. We've been standing through these mountain roads for a while now. Got a little view. We just came out of there. Super gorgeous. Get some water. Maybe use that outdoor potty break, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, what a view. Time for me to oil those boots back up. Came down around this section, dipped down. We're pretty flat again. I think elevation wise we are we're pretty low. Let me get you up here. Got some clouds coming in. There's some chances of rain today. Nothing's supposed to get too crazy. However, it seems like I attract rain, so be prepared for some rain coming up a little bit. New Hampshire and Maine, man, you're ridiculous. You are ridiculous. I got to come back here for riding for sure. I mean, where I do the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina mountains and stuff really are strikingly beautiful. Absolutely. I'm there because I love them. Up here, it's something special. Something definitely special. The lakes, the mountains, very much like the Pacific Northwest, the northern mountains, I don't know. We finish up break for a little bit here and we'll get back on the bike. At this point, I'm just going to assume that the Northeast BDR has no river crossings because I'm almost finished up. Like I said, I've already been to the border. I'm coming southbound to do 8 and 7. I kind of miss my river crossings, but I'm going to miss this beauty. All right, let's get back on the bike. We've been up in the mountains for a couple hours riding now. But you can see those clouds. They are getting angrier every time I get a view. I have a feeling we're riding right towards it, so classic Moto Off-Road Adventures riding, and we'll see how long we last without any rain gear on. Hopefully it's not too heavy. That's part of the adventure. You can be out here riding. It's especially this far across country, you're gonna run into some storms. It just seems that I bring the best of those storms out. I think we're gonna run upon yet another pond to our left-hand side, which is just amazing. They're all over the place here. No signs of moose, unfortunately. I figured these backcountry ponds would kind of be the spot, but I think we're getting really low out of the mountains. I expect to be on highway after a little bit. Hopefully not, but I think that's where we're running, and to see if I can get a view of this storm. About an hour straight just through some beautiful mountains. We are all the way down back on tarmac. You can kind of see behind me and in front of me. We are getting some nasty clouds. I saw the rain band back behind me. Woofta. I don't know if you can see that. You can see the really thick rain band coming down. Not sure if we'll head back that way. Hopefully we'll stay ahead of the storm, outrun the rain. Excuse me. Kind of hoping we crawl back up into this stuff. These mountains are just monsters. Rock faces, deep, deep forests. Looks like the other side of this range isn't going to be much friendlier. There's definitely some dark clouds back there, so I have no idea if I'm anywhere close to a town, but we will get it figured out. Looks like I'm running up against some type of little bike race here. Get it, guys? And it begins. These are big drops. I'm gonna pull over, take this mic off, put my rain suit on. Let's go that route, and get covered up. Right now it looks all right, but if I am riding anywhere back over to my left-hand side, we're gonna hit some pretty heavy rain. So let's take a look. Looks like I might be running that way. Let me at least be prepared this time. I'm gonna get the microphone out of here and see what happens. We're gonna try this version 2 big day brewing. If you've been following along, I don't know exactly how I'll post these by section or by date. So this is Gorham, Maine, New Hampshire. I keep crossing. I'm gonna say Gorham, New Hampshire. Let's go that route. And so Barry and I finished section 6, which starts right here northbound, and then this is where we headed up to the border. So I've been coming back down 8 and now 7. I just finished 7, so I'm back here. And they were closed last time I was here. So this time it looks like they're open. See if I can get a little craft beer and some food. They kicked us out last time because we were about 5 minutes before closing. Completely understand. Let's check it out. Kind of like a Back to the Future Interstellar thing. I'm going back through time a little bit here. So Barry did 1 through 6 with me. And then skipped ahead to the border. I'm coming back
You got it. My audience is pretty intelligent. I am starving. That amazing coffee and crazy good bakery cinnamon donut isn't quite lasting. So let's get in here, get some lunch. It came down pretty hard once on the ride here for about 10 minutes. Other than that, it's been on and off heavy sprinkles. So not too bad right now. Hopefully it stays that way. There's just, so I got a line of dark clouds here and a line of dark clouds there. So hopefully I can kind of outrun the rain and figure out what life looked like after this, because I just finished section 7. Let's get some food and maybe a craft beer. You got some friends, do we? I'm actually allergic.
There's just one that's following her.
I hate to say it, but you can keep them. I mean that as nicely as I can.
So, how you doing?
I am doing well.
Awesome.
Haven't really investigated yet, but I'll start with a water. Is your tap list in here?
Yes.
All right. I'll take a look at that as
Yeah.
well, and then give me just a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Grab me some water. I'll be right back.
Was that a ringtone or?
It was a 1 bell day. It's 1 o'clock.
Oh, all right. One of them towns. Okay. I'm like, that is a serious sound out of your cell phone.
Right?
Two very beautiful areas, but what brought you over from Colorado to here? You. It's your fault. You really can't lose. I mean,
Everybody else.
this is definitely a gorgeous area. A little different than Colorado, but ridiculously beautiful. Big day brewing for the win. Barry, you kind of missed out. I had some greens. The beer was fantastic, nitro stout, and my body has been asking badly for some greens. It's raining on me right now, so here's the plan for today. Epic ride, finishing section 7 through the White Mountains. I'm going to skip ahead to one other section that we didn't get to complete. So by the time this is all done, I'll have every bit of the NEBDR done. I've done 1, 2, 3, part of 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hit the Canadian border. I'm going to jump down to Bernard, Vermont. That's where 4 is, and get that finished up. See how I want to put all these videos together. We're touching every inch of this thing, baby. So we're going to get back down to the Appalachians, leave the whites behind. Let's go get rained on, and I'll bring you back when we're on some dirt. Fantastic day so far. Had some local hikers got to talk to. 2 through hikers sitting down by me. One of the coolest dogs that was Karen back there. Super, super sweet dog. When you're away petting those dogs, just run other pups. That'll happen, absolutely. All right, let's get out of here, get out of the rain, and we'll touch base in just a little bit, guys. All right, I haven't even left the brewery yet, and it's starting to come down pretty good. Let me spin you around. So we got some dark stuff, and we got some hatred dark stuff above me, but let's get the heck out of here. Hope for the best. Got my rain jacket on, tucked my electronics away, and we got a little bit of highway mile to hop back into these Appalachians. Maybe run into some good mud today, I don't know. Let's go take a look. It's always an adventure, and I always seem to bring the rain out.